Sports. Michelob Ultra golf bag giveaway along with 4 passes to Robert Trent Jones golf course. I tell you what, whoever comes in number 2, we'll go ahead and give a couple of a gift certificate for 2 rounds of golf to Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. So, but this Michelob Ultra golf bag is fine. It's red, white, and blue. It has more logos on it, I feel like, than last year's. It's how about this? It's an elevated version. That's what you're looking for from Blake Shapen. You know, an elevated version of what he was last year and healthy. This is an elevated version of the Michelob Ultra golf bag that we got last year, and that one was super cool.
Sweet.
So if you want to go to YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports, and you can see my new Tampa Bay Rays hat, Volteo tequila hat, Whiskey 61 hats, a bottle of ranch dressing, Budweiser Stein, Mardi Gras beads, Vanderbilt Commodores helmet, and a bottle of Elijah Craig. Is that a random? I don't know. I think it just fits.
That fits really well, honestly. It's a pretty good collection right there. Look how, little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Let's see. This guy says, give me the bag and I'll elevate my golf game like you want Shapen to be elevated. All right, guys, here's the deal. To enter in to possibly win this Michelob Ultra golf bag and the 4 passes to Robert Trent Jones Golf, which are wonderful courses, ton of fun to do. Enter on the text line 601-885-3776. How are you listening? On 105.9 The Zone ESPN or streaming? Where are you listening from? And either your favorite golf movie, Jackson's is Happy Gilmore, mine is Tin Cup, your favorite golf movie, or your favorite golf movie and who you're rooting for to win the Open Championship this weekend. Somebody does not like Rory McIlroy on our text line. And I can't remember who it was. Oh, it was Nick. I hope Rory gets swallowed by the Loch Ness Monster. I guess in Northern Ireland, maybe they had that. But the text line, 601-885-3776. Robbie says, I'm on another level, Bo, and I need that bag. You can see the bag. I'm about to post it on our Facebook page, the Out of Bounds Show, just so y'all can see it, because it's nothing short of awesome. Don't you like it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm taken aback a little bit. I think you just took a shot at Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, and I don't know about all that.
Oh, wow.
You just sideswiped the Loch Ness Monster. You don't believe in it, do you?
No.
Oh, come on.
But I haven't done any so I don't really get into that type stuff.
I love it.
And I'll be honest, I haven't really studied or watched a documentary on that or anything like that.
Okay.
That's just not my thing. I'm not into sci-fi.
No.
And I'm not into that type stuff. So it's just not my deal.
No, I'm not either.
I'll watch all the Viking movies and series.
Yeah.
On Netflix
Different
and
deal.
Amazon Prime. I can get into those. House of Cards is amazing. Entourage, all that stuff. Landman.
So would you watch something on Area 51? Like the whole Blue Book Files UFO stuff?
No, I don't do any UFO stuff. I don't do any sci-fi stuff. None of that.
But you got to watch it. I watch it from the perspective of what is the government hiding. I don't care about the science.
I get it. And you are all about, you chase so many conspiracy theory rabbit holes. It's unbelievable.
God love them. They're
so,
great. What's the difference in that and the overweight coach winning?
What's the difference in that and an overweight coach?
The one that when they mentioned, a big Lamartis, I love that.
I'm not saying anything bad towards you for the stuff that you're interested in. I mean, am I going to pick at you and make fun of you?
Of course.
Yes. But I don't read, and I should, okay? I don't read fiction.
No.
I don't get into sci-fi. That ticks my kids off because they're into
What is
Star Wars. Well, I watch Star Wars, but that's it. That's like where it's cut off.
Never seen it.
But they're in the other. Wilson was watching a movie last night that was more sci-fi driven, and that I wasn't going to do that. Ella Hall gets into Harry Potter,
Now, I like
which
Harry
is
Potter,
great. I mean,
yeah.
when I'm with them in Disney World or Universal, and we're like experiencing the rides, and they think it's so cool because
That's cool.
that's fine. I'm great with that. Love it. And I love the new Star Wars rides in Hollywood. They're like killer.
Are they?
Oh, they took it. What they did at Disney the last few years is they took it to another level on the Star Wars side.
Nice. I didn't know.
And so they created almost a whole new park in the back right. You know, the whole draw in that area for years was Toy Story, and they had a Star Wars ride, which I thought was amazing because that's all we knew.
Yeah.
But then they did a whole like area of the park in Hollywood that's super cool Star Wars rides. It's awesome.
Well, we're talking about going to Disney, so I may have to do it.
You should do it.
I
You'd have a blast.
I know I would.
And then at your age, what's fun is just late in the afternoon or in the evening is just walking through Epcot.
Yeah.
Riding a ride every now and then, getting a food, getting a glass of wine. In Italy, they've got a really cool bar down on the left. Even in France, they've got a cool little spot to, belly up and have a beverage and reminisce on your favorite rides or times of the day.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
and they have a wine festival that runs like 6 weeks in the fall, which I still need to go, but fall is extremely difficult for us with football.
Unless they just want to pay us to come down there and do a remote.
Well, they should.
I don't know why you wouldn't. Space Mountain.
That'd be cool. I don't want to be on it.
No.
And I don't want to do it again. I rode it enough with them, but I'm kind of retired from that kind of ride. But I did them all. I even did Aerosmith, right?
Nice.
Which is not, I don't do that, but the thing where you go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds or whatever it is. So it's just, you shoot.
No, I don't like that.
Nah, I did it once and I was cool.
Not a big ride fan anymore. And not after I saw how they put those rods up at the fair.
Oh God, did you watch it or something?
Yeah.
Did you work for the fair one year?
No, but my buddies did. They were on the grounds. They stayed there 2 weeks prior or whatnot, and I was out there with them for doing God knows what. But
nothing.
Nothing productive. But watching them put those things. Well, then one of my cousins got hired to put those things up, and I don't trust that cousin to do anything, let alone put a fair rod up.
Wow. I haven't.
Who can't tie his shoes?
Yeah, I'm amazed that they pass inspection.
I
don't even know how that rolls. People are blown away that I don't watch sci-fi.
I'm not.
It's just not my thing.
Yeah,
I recognize the brilliance and the artistic part of it and the creativity. It's amazing. Sure. I'm just not into it.
I can't stand it.
It doesn't, and so but I haven't even done a deep dive into like Loch Neck monster
that kind of
stuff.
surprises me.
Yeah,
that does surprise me a little.
Really?
Just because it's been around for ages.
Whoa, Josh says Disney Rise of the Resistance Rise. I don't know. Hollywood Studios is just incredible. I'll tell you the one that's incredible is the one that is sci-fi driven in Animal Kingdom. I'll have to get the name of it. It's the best ride in all the parks.
Really?
It's ridiculous. I can't remember though. I think it's from Harry Potter. Good morning. Welcome into the Out of Bounds show. We've got, Jackson, how long is the clip of Levy? Okay. We got a 6-minute clip of Jeff Levy at SEC Media Days coming up here for you on the Out of Bounds show. We're giving away an awesome Michelob Ultra golf bag, 4 passes to Robert Trent Jones courses over in Alabama. You can enter on the text line 601-885-3776. Beautiful, beautiful Michelob Ultra golf bag, 4 passes to Robert Trent Jones golf courses. And you can enter on the text line. We want to know if you're listening on ESPN 105.9 The Zone or streaming the show. Where are you listening from? And what is your favorite golf movie? Caddyshack, I think, is winning right now. What is your favorite golf movie? And or if you want to add some spice to it, also, who are you rooting for this weekend in the Open Championship in Northern Ireland as it is underway? Mickelson is 1 under. Scott Scheffler was 2 under last time I checked. Xander Schauffele, who won it last year, was also playing pretty well. We'll get an update there. And some other dudes. Matt Fitzpatrick, who's been on the Ryder Cup team for the Europeans. And there's some pretty good dudes on the leaderboard here. Let's see. Sergio Garcia. The year I went to the Masters, he won it. He's 2 under through 6. I told you Phil Mickelson is in the clubhouse having a pint of beer at 1 under. Scotty Scheffler, 1 under. Ricky Fowler, 1 under. Do you realize that Ricky Fowler making the cut this is crazy. Ricky Fowler making the cut here at the Sanderson Farms Championship drove some really good numbers on Saturday and Sunday. That is so cool. Let me give you an example. Like, my son was so fired. I mean, I'm good with either way, right? You know, hey, that sounds good. I want the tournament to do great. I'm not saying good tournament. I'm good with whoever makes it, doesn't make it. But like, for him, as someone who plays golf, he went and followed Fowler one day. They sold more beer and tickets because of that. JJ Spawn, who just won the U.S. Open, and what a story. I mean, that dude came from nowhere in golf. Walk on at San Diego or San Diego State, whatever we were talking about a few weeks ago. JJ Spawn is 1 under, and so is Scheffler. Evidently, it looks like they may be playing together because they're both through 13. So we got some good names. John Rahm has been dancing in and out of playing. He's even now. Okay, he was 1 under. And there's, who's coming in here? Did I see Jordan Spieth? No, Jordan Smith. That would not be Jordan Spieth. Okay, got it. I don't know who Jordan Smith is.
Yeah, close enough.
Shane Lowry, that guy looks like he parties. I like him. He looks like a dude that will smash some cold beers with you and talk and tell unbelievable stories of catting around Europe as a phenomenal golfer. He looks like he smashes steaks and, beverages for a living. And I like him. Shane Lowry, in fact, that's who I'm rooting for. That's who I'm going with. He's got a little party in him, but not too much. And I like it. I'm going Shane Lowry. And he's from Ireland, like Rory. He was there, I think, when Rory won it, the Masters in April. He was there to congratulate him when he got off the course. So that's our giveaway, Super Golf giveaway, Michelob Ultra golf bag and 4 passes to Robert Trent Jones golf course. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Good morning. Welcome in. We are the Out of Bounds Show, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. Lunch today brought to you by Martin's in Livingston. There we go. Blue plates, amazing burgers, yummy, yummy, yummy shrimp and oyster po' boys. Martin's in Livingston. They have Bud Light on tap, Michelob Ultra on tap, Key City on tap, and Mango Cart. Here's the 6. All right, so we've got a 6-minute clip Jeff Lebby at SEC Media Days. He's going into year 2, 4 conference games in a row. Man, if he could win those 4, he would be in a really good spot with the fan base. And there would be a running ton of excitement with Tennessee coming into town as a home game.
Oh, yeah.
That next week. If he can go 4-0, you got Tennessee as your 5th game at home. That should be even if Tennessee's 70-30, it should be, you should have an opportunity to win that game if you can win 4 non-cons prior to Josh Heupel and Tennessee coming into Davis-Wade Stadium. This is Jeff Lebby at SEC Media Days.
It's an absolute privilege to be here. You know, I think back and think about the things that have gone on inside our program since December, and here we are 2 weeks away from report date. And man, I couldn't be more excited to get on the grass with our current roster and our football team. And you think about the transformation. You know, 80% of our players on our roster right now, they're guys that are in their first or second year of being inside the program. You think about 60 new players since January 1, 43 mid-years, and then having the ability to sign 5 old linemen, a couple of tight ends, and then a couple others on the defensive side of the ball in the spring portal. And so I look back and I think about where we are today, and I think about how we've created some momentum inside of our building by signing, you know, a really good high school class, by signing a really good portal class and addressing the needs that we had to address to change the outcome this fall. And that's all we've talked about is our plan and our process to change the outcome. You know, I think about all the new guys that are part of our football team and part of our roster, and the thing that excites me the most is their consistency, their buy-in. Inside our walls right now, we've got great belief, we got great hope, we've got great energy. Our guys are incredibly intent on getting better and changing the outcome this fall, and everything for us points to August 30th. As we move forward, you know, we think about our fall camp, how we change the outcome. We change the outcome by the way we practice and how we do what we do. So as we get into fall camp, one of the things that was huge for us was us being able to practice the way we need to. There was a ton of conversation about that in the off season, and changing both lines of scrimmage, changing the second level on the defensive side of the football. Now, with that, Coach Hutzler's done an unbelievable job on the defensive side, creating that belief and that buy-in, while we've done an unbelievable job, in my opinion, of supplementing the staff. Having the ability to go hire 3 former head coaches, 2 former head coaches at the Power 4 level, and Coach Rhodes and Coach Mack. Both those guys being SEC defensive coordinators along their way at different stops, and having this great amount of experience to be able to help in the room. And so excited about that. Vincent Dancy, coaching our defensive ends and our outside linebackers, comes to us from Colorado, has added great experience inside of the room, as he was a former head coach as well, and from our state, being able to bring him back home. On the offensive side of the ball, the only change and the only addition has been Phil Lodehold. Our offensive line coach comes to us from Colorado, did an unbelievable job with our guys in the spring, and then obviously in the spring portal class, Phil and I were together. He was with me for 6 years prior, before he was at Colorado last year, and then got him back with me at the 1st of January. When I think about our players, I think about our locker room. The 3 guys that I've picked to come with me today are 3 guys that, man, they are all about what we want. And these are guys that have had great leadership ability. They come from completely different backgrounds, completely different stories. And I mentioned it, but 80% of our players are in year 1 or year 2 of our program. Blake Shapen, our starting quarterback, comes with me today, a guy that went through it last year, gets hurt week 4. To me, it shows a lot about Blake and who he is, with the way he handled the situation situation last year and how he mentored the young people inside the building. For him being year 2 in the system, being year 2 with me, could not be more excited about him leading the charge on the offensive side of the football. So him year 2 in the program. Brennan Thompson year 1 comes to us. And to me, Brennan's here with me today because this is a young man that I do. I want to make sure all of our guys inside our locker room understand that transfers, if they can operate as Brennan Thompson operates on a daily level, they're going to set themselves up to have great success. Brennan is a guy that is about the right stuff. He shows up every single day with great intent. He's an incredible teammate. As much as he works, he teaches too. And so all these young guys in the receiver room right now have really taken to him, his leadership, and how he's operated since he's been inside the building in January. And then Isaac Smith. Isaac's a guy that now is going into his 3rd year at Mississippi State. A guy that had a ton of production for us last year. To me, there's no greater spokesperson for our locker room or our defense than Isaac Smith. When you think about the game of football and loving football, that is Isaac. And this guy loves to play the game. He's incredibly physical. He's been a great leader for us, and proud of him and who he's been, and excited about the year that he has the ability to go have. Before I open it up, I'd like to thank Zach Selman, our athletic director. What we've been able to get accomplished in fundraising over the last calendar year has been record-setting for our university. Him and his team have done an incredible job creating momentum. Our facility upgrades at our stadium, the announcement of our new indoor practice facility, all the things that have happened to get us where we need to be. And so incredibly appreciative to him and his team for that. But again, privileged to be here. Couldn't be more excited to get on the field with the guys this fall. And with that, I'll open it up to questions.
All right, that was Jeff Lebby at SEC Media Days, and that was brought to you by Cover Source Solutions. So you need AC work or repair because you want your house to be cool or cold, air conditioning work, HVAC, or plumbing. Cover Source Solutions. All right, locally owned, Mississippi grown, offices in Brandon and Ridgeland. Cover Source Solutions. Call them today if you need a new air conditioning unit, air conditioning repair, plumbing, HVAC and plumbing. Cover Source Solutions. SEC Media Days. What was your takeaway there? So he's got a couple of veterans in Shape and Isaac Smith that have been there. Isaac had a good year last year and the worst defense of my lifetime. Isaac Smith, I led the league in tackles. A lot of that was because, again, the units in front of him were not good. But he did what he could. He decided to stay around. He got offers from a lot of people to leave. And so you should, as a Mississippi State fan, you should love some Isaac Smith. I mean, goodness. Blake Shapen, a good player. Hasn't been able to stay healthy. You really hope that maybe, the healthy gods or whatever will line up for him. And if he can play all season long, maybe you can find some magic on the offensive side of the football. You're going to be better on the offensive line and running the football because I know at the end of the season you did run it better, and I acknowledge that. Against some tough teams, by the way, because your schedule was the same as this year, just flipped. So you did kind of get some things going with a freshman quarterback that none of the defenses really respected throwing the ball, and I get it. He's a true freshman. Yeah, you're gonna have to run the football and stop the run better. God knows you've got to be better. The question is how much better? 2 times better, 3 times better, 4 times better, because you were god awful on defense at everything, especially stopping the run. And on offense, everything went to hell once Shapen went down. You did have Kevin Coleman, the most talented wide receiver you've had since Eric Moulds, but he's now at Missouri. We'll see what Brennan Thompson and those guys can do. There seems to be some chatter that Shapen believes that the unit as a whole is much better, but you may not have the guy like Coleman. So if that's the case, if what Shapen is sharing with people that he believes it's a more talented, it's not top heavy with just him, that it's a more talented and depth driven group, maybe you have something. You should be able to go 4-0. That absolutely should be the goal. I see too many defeatist posts from Mississippi State people who are like, woe is me, we just can't win 4 games. You can't win those 4 non-conference games. Nobody's doing what they need to be doing in the building. That is not a tough slate. At Southern Miss, Arizona State at home, Alcorn at home, and Northern Illinois. You're an SEC team. You've got $15 million in the roster this year. You're spending a ton of money on staff and support and this and that. You brought in 33 new transfer players and 20 some odd. What do you say? 80% of your players are first or second year players. You're going to have 60 new players. And so is Kiffin, which is incredible because Ole Miss has been run right. Neither one of those models, and Southern Miss did the same thing. All 3 of our schools brought in 60 new players. That's not sustainable. It's absolutely and totally not sustainable, even with Lane winning and on the most magical run in the history of Oxford. Even with Lane winning, bringing in 60 players is not sustainable. So I'll be interested to see how Kiffin, Levy, and Huff start to pivot going forward, knowing that you can't bring in 60 every year and be successful. Now, Huff and Kiffin may win this year. Okay, I'm not saying you can't win. I'm saying it's not sustainable to bring in that many players. So I'll be interested to see what happens as we're basically bringing in 180 new players in the 3 programs, which is unbelievable. I never thought that would happen. I can remember doing this show for years, and all I had to do is focus, like State and Ole Miss, 15 of their players would be signees from the state of Mississippi at least, if not more. And then sprinkle in another 8 to 10 would be from out of state. And you would know easily 80% of them, if not more. And so you would be netting 22 to 27 new players every year. Now, Oxford, 60 new players. Starkville, 60 new players. Hattiesburg, 60 new players. How many did you hit on? How many can play? How many can start? How many will be spot starters? How many can be really good special teams players? Did you get a difference maker? Ole Miss last year signed a difference maker, Walter Nolan. Mississippi State last year signed a difference maker, Kevin Coleman, who's got NFL. He is a high level big. If he had been at Ole Miss or Texas or LSU with Nussmeier, or even once Lagway got healthy, but there were some others. There's no telling what he would have done. But when Chapin went down, you had a true freshman and not a shot against him. He wasn't going to be able to go through progressions, although he did find Coleman at a pretty impressive rate considering he was a true freshman once Chapin got knocked out. But I do want to ask this question. Did you sign a difference maker or bring in a difference maker in Hattiesburg, Starkville, or Oxford, or more than one? Because if you hit on an edge rusher or a wide receiver, or a big-time offensive lineman that's just awesome for you, that changes the game for your roster and your team and week-to-week matchups and so on. But 60 new players for all 3 teams, not sustainable.
That's incredible.
Now, this is where you find out who is the best staff.
Yeah.
Charles Huff spent an hour with us and said, man, our focus is getting these guys together nonstop, starting months ago, and building relationships and chemistry and culture and getting them around each other all the time. And he was basically like, we have to expedite the process compared to what we could do years ago. Bring in a guy, probably know he's going to redshirt, play a little bit redshirt freshman year, and then rip and run redshirt sophomore, junior, senior, and you're going to have him for a long time. Now the question is, are you and your staff good enough and efficient enough to expedite everything right now like the NFL does in bringing in this many new players, getting everybody on the same page and getting ready for Labor Day weekend? How good is your staff? How good is your staff? Are you during the 2-hour practices, are you working on stuff that matters or stuff that doesn't matter? Joe Moorhead worked on stuff that didn't matter. Right?
Yeah. What do you work on?
I can't. I don't know. You tell me.
Didn't matter.
He worked on trying to make Nick Fitzgerald, Dan Marino,
Yeah.
when,
Wasn't the play.
no. I mean, Dan was about as fast as a phone booth, so you worked with Dan. You made him a pocket passer. Nick Fitzgerald could run around or through anybody in college football, so run with that.
I can't believe that he said he didn't want to win like that.
I don't know how many Marshall players followed Huff, but I think it was 18 to 20 to 22. He obviously brought the quarterback in and several players. Huff did a great job recruiting those guys in, kind of like Brian O'Connor taken from Virginia's roster. Brian O'Connor's he's a throat cutter. That's what you need more. Remember what the athletic department and Joe Moorhead pranced out and told you years ago when he was hired? We're not going to recruit anybody that he's been recruiting at Penn State. That was so Mississippi State. Making up rules for yourself.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's what they rolled out.
Why is that a thought?
Should have taken whoever you wanted.
Yeah.
Brian O'Connor looked at the roster and said, I'll take you, and you, and you.
Yeah.
Bam. Thank God.
Simple.
And he took a bunch of guys committed to Virginia, like high school guys committed to Virginia.
Right.
Which I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No way.
Nobody follows any rules in the SEC, but Mississippi State wants to make up rules that they need to follow. Just be a throat cutter, be ruthless and relentless. The only thing you're thinking about is winning. That is it. Act like that every day.
Yeah. But so they were worried about upsetting Penn State.
Yeah.
Oh,
who gives a damn about Penn
gosh.
State? Should have taken 6
Whoever.
players with you.
That is.
I'm still bitter that Garrett Schrader and Sawyer Robertson never played football at Mississippi State. And both. Well, I'm sorry.
Well,
Garrett Schrader did play a lot of football as a true freshman. That was that year we had Garrett Schrader and John Rice Plumlee, both true freshmen, playing and busting their tail to win games with lots of stuff not going well around them. And yet they played. They were such ballers and such competitors and so talented that they were able to be pretty damn productive as true, not redshirt, true freshmen.
wasn't that the year that he got hit and he did a little helicopter in the air and
Yeah.
whatnot? Yeah.
Yeah, that was against Kentucky, I think.
Early, right?
Because Willie Gay took back a pick 6 and then got thrown out of the game. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, well, I love that.
Yeah, I mean, that's Willie Gay.
Yeah, get out of there.
He basically won him the game in the first 3 minutes of the game with a it may have been a scoop and score, but I think it was a pick 6. Anyway, he scored a touchdown and then got thrown out in like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes later. Yeah, he was like, my work here is done.
What else can you
I'm
ask
going to
here?
Two Brothers. So, you know.
Oh, it was yeah.
What?
Personal foul. Weak. It's so weak, man.
I can't remember. Did he drill the quarterback or something? Or did he tell the refs to F off?
I think he might have accidentally headhunted.
Maybe didn't he have to do it twice to get tossed or
Yeah.
what? We have to know how Willie Gay got tossed in that Kentucky game. But yeah, that was the game I think Schrader went helicopter.
Love that.
Jackson.
That
But
was
I may
awesome.
miss it. All right, we are the Out of Bounds Show. Good morning. Welcome in. We love you.
Say, kids, what time is it?
It's 9 a.m., and this ain't no kiddie show. It's the Out of Bounds Show with Bo Bounds.
All aboard!
As Mississippi's #1 morning show rolls on the Zone 105.9 and online at thezone1059.com.
Wow. Well, good morning. Welcome into you. We are the Out of Bounds Show, ESPN 105.9 The Zone.
They're like below Vanderbilt. I mean, they're like Mendoza line quality.
Woo! The show is brought to you by Pearl River Resort and the Golden Moon Casino Sportsbook, Dancing Rabbit Golf Club. We have SEC Media Days this week in the Open Championship, so that's fun. And this is day 4 in Atlanta, and they will wrap it up today. And maybe we'll get some good stuff from somebody. Some of the rumors this week have been funny. Nick Saban coaching again. I'm not buying that. But who knows? Are you buying that, Jackson Meadows?
I'd love to know what his initial reaction was to that.
Yeah.
Unless he planted it.
To get more money from ESPN
That's what I was
and
about
Disney?
to say. Do you leverage that against them? I mean,
that guy's making money left and
Doesn't
right.
care.
Car dealerships and everything else, people are putting him in, and good for him.
yeah.
Plus, he gets a ton of money to work part-time for ESPN Disney. I do not believe that Nick Saban will coach again. I do believe that Hugh Freeze will win enough to keep his job. I don't know if Sam Pittman will win enough to keep his job. I don't know if Jeff Levy will win enough to keep his job, and I don't know what Mark Stoops will do, but Pittman and Stoops are due some nice money, especially. Oh, and Venables. So those are the guys I think to watch. You need those guys to take a step forward and do well. Pittman, Levy, Venables, and Stoops. Although I think Stoops can hang in there because as frustrated as Mitch Barnhart is at probably himself for giving him a massive $50 million extension and guarantee, and now Stoops went 1-7 last year, and I don't think they're going to be much better this year, is that Kentucky basketball seems to be rolling, and not enough people care for him to probably get fired after this year, but possibly next. Now, the others are probably on notice between Pittman, Levy, and Venables. All of them need to do different things, but I'd be really surprised if Pittman could make it, but maybe Talon Green, the quarterback, and Bobby Petrino can find enough magic for them to buy them another year. They have a brutal schedule like Mississippi State, and one of their problems is they play Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand that scheduling, but they play Notre Dame at home, and that could be a problem. Now, I know they'll pack it out and they'll be excited, but they'll probably have already lost to Ole Miss, and they got to go to I don't know why they're going to Memphis. It's just like I don't know why Mississippi State's going to Southern Miss. That is terrible, terrible scheduling. But Arkansas plays Notre Dame. So if you think, Ole Miss is going to win their non-con. They host Washington State, and Oklahoma rated them of their quarterback and the OC. Mississippi State should win theirs. Arizona State at home. But Oklahoma plays Michigan at home. Arkansas plays Notre Dame at home.
What are you doing?
Those are not easy games. South Carolina, for whatever reason, is determined to schedule poorly, and they scheduled 2 Power 4 non-cons. They get Clemson every year, and they decide to start the season with Virginia Tech.
Wow.
Again, good for us, bad for your coach, just in case you drop it, although South Carolina should be fine because Vitek is, whatever. But the Beamer Vitek thing, they'll build that up since his dad coached there forever. He went there, played there, and was a GA or something there before landing at Tennessee under Fulmer. I'm talking about Shane Beamer. Landing at Tennessee under Fulmer and then getting a full-time gig under Sylvester Croom at Mississippi State. And then kind of the rest is history for Beamer becoming the head coach at South Carolina.
he implicated that they still have their college football playoff hopes alive.
Who?
Beamer. Said they're a college football
Well,
playoff team.
if they don't get hosed against LSU last year,
That's
they're
right.
in.
I forget about that. First game?
No,
Was
but
it
it was early.
Early,
You know, LSU played Florida State,
That's right.
which they have back-to-back years, and now they're playing at Clemson. Again, terrible scheduling by their athletic director or directors. I don't know what Joe Oliva did, and I don't know what Woodward did. But you're setting Bryant, Ole Miss, give them credit. They're not going to schedule like that. And, Mississippi State should never schedule like that. South Carolina should never schedule like that. You want to open up with Wichita State, Wofford, UT Chattanooga, UT Martin, Southeast Louisiana, that type deal. Alcorn State, and get your feet under you and get one more, and then go from there.
Yeah, 60 new players.
60 new players in Oxford, 60 new in Starkville, 60 new in Southern Miss. None of the fan bases know their players for the most part. When you're winning, you can overlook it, but it was funny. I would run into close friends of mine who were Ole Miss fans, and they're like, I don't really know our players.
No one.
They were like, I know Dart and Trey Harris, and Nolan was such a big get, and I know a couple that they're like, I don't really know our team. That's where we are. But if you win, you're sitting in the stands. You don't care, even if you got all these new players. If you're losing and you don't know anybody, you can walk out of the stadium even quicker than you could during all the years that you knew people. Okay?
Yeah.
And that's just how it is. But, look, everybody, even Ole Miss fans who have been winning, and I expect Huff to go, to win a bunch of games this year at Southern Miss, but they're going to have to sit down, all three and two of them are going to be together on Saturday at 11 a.m. in Hattiesburg, but all three fan bases are going to have to get together and go, who the hell is on the field? Other than, Austin Simmons and some players that. Blake Shapen, Isaac Smith. Southern Miss, I think they're going to have 70 new players.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Huff's even retaining more than 15 or 16 players from what was there, the 2-win team that he inherited. But I'm just telling you, we've got a minimum of 180 new players on the roster. Week 1, nobody's going to know what the hell's going on.
There will be 100 of them on the same field on Saturday.
That's right.
August 30th. That's wild. So everyone at the Rock will have a program, right?
Well, or on their
phone.
Yeah, they'll be bringing up. Who is that?
All right,
Who's 52? Who just made that tackle? Number 17 just caught a pass over the middle. Who's that?
What about the announcers, man? It's got to be kind of tough.
Well, they
got it right.
They'll do all the prep for 2 weeks going into the game.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus, you've got all the I've got stuff in front of me.
Yeah.
You got stuff. You got a spotter too.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, TV and radio. You got a spotter,
nice.
Or you should.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you do. Hell, I don't know.
Spotter.
By the way, we'll have Mississippi State football on 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. So MRA football on Friday nights. Does MRA play a Thursday night game? I'll have to ask Ross. MRA football on ESPN 105.9 The Zone, which they've got a couple of guys that are getting, they got an offensive lineman on Mississippi State's team who was highly recruited. Wow. So you got MRA football on ESPN 105.9 The Zone, and Mississippi State football on ESPN 105.9 The Zone, and New Orleans Saints football again on ESPN 105.9 The Zone. So we want you to, stay with us throughout the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We've got a good lineup for football. MRA, Mississippi State, and New Orleans Saints football on ESPN 105.9 The Zone. If you want to grow your brand, we're the station. If you want to grow your brand, increase your customer base and your revenue, we're here. I will meet with you today. The text line, 601-885-3776. Brought to you by the Golden Moon Casino Sportsbook. We're giving away a Michelob Ultra golf bag. Enter in on the text line. Are you listening on radio or streaming? Where are you listening from? Your favorite golf movie? Or who you're pulling for in the Open Championship. Michelob Ultra Golf Bag. It's lit.
report today that Nick Saban might be interested in coming back to coaching. What would be your reaction if Nick Saban returned to the field?
I wouldn't be surprised. I kind of always thought that was going to happen. I kind of thought it happened after 1 year, but and I say that just because even seeing recent stuff.